Hey guys, Chad back here with you on the RC Models and More channel. And the beginning of 2017, mini quads and race quads are just hotter than ever. Got a couple brand new additions to the 2017 fleet here in front of us. The funny thing is that we have a lot of new people that still haven't got in to the mini quad race quad sensation. On the forums, on Facebook groups, every day you see, which one should I buy? Which ready to fly? Should I build one? So on and so forth. So let's take a look at ready to fly quads and maybe what the best choice is for beginners. Be right back. So as best as I can recall, the big push with the ready to fly quad started around the end of 2014, and that was with the very first version of this one right here. It was the Vortex 285 by Immersion Rc. The Vortex 285 was revolutionary for its time. It had a really crazy tubular design, awesome electronics, an on-screen display, and a nearly seamless flying experience with very little hookup to the computer. This here is the Diatone Tyrant 180, and its smaller size made it very attractive for me, so I would be able to have something to fly around in my yard since I had become a better pilot, and the 250 size were basically just getting a little too fast to fly around in my front yard and in the neighbor's side yard. But there was a compromise, and that compromise was quality. Off-brand motors, ESCs, and flight controllers led to a lot of frustration, not only finding parts, but just getting able to work properly out of the box. The whole point of a ready-to-fly aircraft is to be able to take it out, hook a receiver up to it, and with a little bit of work, be up in the air in no time. But with this little bugger, I had to do lots of different software updates, reloading of software, reflashing of the ESCs, just all kinds of stuff. And it seemed to just repeat itself over and over. I was attracted to it because of the integrated power board that it had, which made less points of failure, but it really didn't work out too well. So moving on through 2015 as electronics, and 2016 as electronics continued to advance and get smaller and smaller, the tiny whoop sensation began. And I still stand by and say that if you do not have an FPV quad right now, investing in the tiny whoop, whether it be a Blade Inductrix FPV system or one that you would build your own, or one that you can basically buy with a ready to fly kit with goggles and transmitter from various vendors, I think that is still the best way to go and get started in the hobby, because not only can you fly it outside when there's no wind, but you can fly it indoors when it's snowing and blowing. So recently, Immersion Rc came out with the Vortex 150, which is this little baby right here. Now, it doesn't look like much. Here's a tiny whoop for comparison, but this is what I would pretty much recommend to a beginner that wants to spend a little bit more money and doesn't mind buying things that they're going to need to get into the hobby, like goggles and transmitter that you see here in the video. Immersion has improved upon the 250 by not only shrinking the size to make it more flyable and accessible to everybody, but the price is really low and the repair costs are low. And as far as the learning curve to hook up to your computer and transmitter has also been taken account for. If you buy the version from Horizon Hobby, the Blade version that's green, then you can also buy a Spectrum remote control that they sell, and you can actually download a file directly from them to put into your Spectrum that will work perfectly with the Vortex 150. I use the FreeSky Tyrannus. I'm comfortable with hooking up my mini quads to the computers and doing configurations and stuff, so it's really not a problem for me. But for you medium range beginners, this is definitely the way to go. Now this beast here is going to be my go-to race aircraft this year. This is the QQ190 Falcon Rtf, made by Team Black Sheep and Quad Questions. The frame itself has been out for a while, and it's kind of a popular frame, but with this ready to fly version, it is packed full of name brand electronics, T motors, a great camera, and Immersion Rc's power core. Has a built-in on-screen display. You can change your camera settings on the fly. Everything that a medium or advanced person would like to have. I myself was attracted to this because even though I have built quads, and I still have quads that I build, that I fly regularly, they've let me down in the past. Various wires and soldering connections and stuff hanging out. I've showed up to a race before, had a perfectly working quad, fired it up, and it didn't even work because something had got broken during travel. The thing that's great about this is there's hardly any soldering. It's really easy to take apart and service. It's pretty much plug and play as far as changing motors, changing ESCs, or anything at all. So I think it's definitely going to help me stay in the air longer, and the quality of the frame, the carbon itself, is just great. It's already been milled down and filed and sanded. It's got T motors on it, which are a pretty good motor. A CCD camera with a GoPro replacement lens. So pretty excited about that one. So if you're getting into mini quads now, it's a better time than ever, especially with the ready to fly packages. They've got more technology in them than ever. The prices are cheaper. There's way more options available, whether you want something like the Vortex Mini that you can fly around in the yard everywhere, or something more customized for racing and freestyle like the TBS QQ190. Now, ready to fly doesn't really mean take it out of the box and go. You still are likely going to need your own goggles, transmitter. You're going to have to purchase a receiver to put inside your aircraft. You're going to need batteries, and most of the time you're still going to need to hook it up to the computer to do firmware updates, to change around some configurations on your transmitter and the Betaflight software that runs these. You just can't get away from it. There's still going to be a little bit of computer involvement no matter how hard you try. But a lot of the bugs have been worked out over the years. It's easier than ever now, and the aircraft are better than ever. So thanks a lot for watching. Give me a like, give me a subscribe. Plenty more videos on the way. See you later.